Nestled on the eastern coast of the island of Pohnpei in the Federated States of Micronesia, Nan Madol is a marvel of ancient architecture that continues to baffle historians, archaeologists, and explorers alike. Often referred to as the Venice of the Pacific, Nan Madol is a sprawling city built on a series of artificial islands. The term artificial here doesn't simply mean that the islands were man-made, but rather that they were constructed using large basalt stones, some weighing up to several tons. These massive stones were painstakingly placed to form structures that still stand to this day, despite the passage of centuries. Nan Madol was likely constructed sometime between 1200 and 1500 AD, though its exact timeline remains a subject of debate. The city was once the capital of the Sodalur dynasty, which ruled Pohnpei for nearly 1,000 years. The ruins of the city suggest that it was a thriving metropolis, with intricate waterways separating its various districts, much like the canals of Venice. However, there is no doubt that Nan Madol was far more than just a collection of buildings. It was an engineering feat on a grand scale, requiring immense resources and manpower. The layout of the city is equally enigmatic. Nan Madol consists of nearly 100 small artificial islets, most of which are interconnected by a series of canals. These islets served as the sites for grand stone structures, including temples, residential areas, and burial sites for the Sodalur rulers. What is particularly curious about Nan Madol is that the basalt stones used in its construction are not native to the island of Pohnpei. The stones were transported from a quarry on another island, over 25 miles away, leading to the question of how such massive stones were transported without modern technology. Some scholars suggest that the island's original inhabitants used large wooden rafts, while others theorize that the builders may have used some form of primitive engineering that is still not fully understood. Adding to the mystery is the method of construction. The sheer scale and precision of the stonework indicate a level of craftsmanship that seems far ahead of its time. It is said that the builders of Nan Madol had knowledge of techniques that allowed them to shape the stones with incredible precision, fitting them together like a jigsaw puzzle. Despite centuries of exposure to the elements, the stone structures have remained remarkably intact, with some walls still standing as high as 20 feet. The purpose of Nan Madol also remains a mystery. It is believed that the city served as a political and religious center, where the Sodalur kings and priests lived and conducted their rituals. Some of the islets in Nan Madol are thought to have been used for ceremonial purposes, including the burial of important figures. The Sodalur dynasty is thought to have ruled Pohnpei from Nan Madol until its mysterious downfall in the 17th century. However, the reasons for this sudden decline remain unclear. Theories abound, ranging from internal strife to an outside invasion, or even a natural disaster that caused the collapse of the city's infrastructure. While the city's construction methods, purpose, and decline remain unresolved, what is indisputable is Nan Madol's place in the history of the Pacific Islands. Its sheer scale and the mystery surrounding its origins continue to intrigue scholars and adventurers from around the world. Yet, despite this interest, very little is known about the people who built the city. No written records exist from the time of Nan Madol's construction, and much of what is known about the city comes from oral traditions and the findings of archaeological expeditions. Nan Madol's rich history is intertwined with the broader cultural heritage of Pohnpei and Micronesia, and its abandonment still casts a shadow over its legacy. What happened to the people who once inhabited the grand city remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the Pacific. The fall of Nan Madol is as mysterious as its construction. By the early 17th century, the city, once the seat of power for the Sodalur dynasty, had fallen into ruin and abandonment. The reasons behind this sudden decline are not fully understood, but there are several theories that attempt to explain what happened to the once thriving metropolis. One of the most widely accepted theories is that the collapse of the Sodelur dynasty was driven by internal strife. According to oral traditions, the Sodelur rulers became increasingly tyrannical over time, leading to widespread resentment among the people. The rulers' reliance on their sacred authority and the oppressive demands they placed on the islanders may have sparked revolts that eventually led to the dynasty's overthrow. The story of the fall of Nan Madol is said to have been brought to life through the legend of Isoklikal, a warrior who rebelled against the Sodelur rulers and led a revolt that ultimately destroyed the Sodelur dynasty. The legend describes how Isoklikal, with the help of an army from neighboring islands, overthrew the ruling class and ended the dynasty's reign. This theory is supported by archaeological evidence, as it has been found that many of the buildings in Nan Madol show signs of violent destruction, with walls knocked down and structures severely damaged. Some researchers believe that this was the result of an internal coup or conflict, leading to the abandonment of the city and the dispersal of its inhabitants. However, the timeline of this decline is still debated, with some scholars suggesting that the city may have been abandoned in phases, rather than in a single event. Another theory posits that the city was abandoned due to environmental factors. Nan Madol, with its intricate network of canals and artificial islands, may have been heavily reliant on the island's delicate ecosystem to maintain its infrastructure. Over time, changes in the environment, such as soil erosion, overfishing, or shifts in the island's natural resources, could have caused the city to become unsustainable. This would explain why a once thriving metropolis would suddenly fall into decline. Additionally, the Sodelur rulers were heavily dependent on their ability to control the waterways, which may have been disrupted by environmental changes. Flooding or shifts in water levels could have made the city uninhabitable, forcing its inhabitants to abandon their homes. There is also a theory that the city's collapse was related to a natural disaster, such as a tsunami, which may have damaged the infrastructure and led to the abandonment of the area. The Pacific region is prone to seismic activity and tsunamis, and it is entirely possible that a powerful tsunami could have struck Pohnpei, causing significant damage to Nan Madol and forcing its inhabitants to relocate. An intriguing theory involves the mystical significance of Nan Madol. Many people believe that the city was built not only for political and religious purposes, but also for spiritual reasons. The Sodelur rulers were said to have been deeply connected to the spiritual world and relied on rituals and sacred practices to maintain their power. Some have suggested that the abandonment of Nan Madol could be linked to a loss of spiritual power or divine favor. According to legend, the rulers' connection to the gods and spirits of Pohnpei may have been severed, leaving them vulnerable to attack and internal rebellion. Once the city lost its spiritual significance, the people may have felt compelled to abandon it in search of a new, more spiritually potent place to live. Despite these theories, there is no conclusive evidence to determine the exact reason why Nan Madol was abandoned. The mystery of the city's decline remains unsolved, and it is likely that multiple factors played a role in the downfall of the once great metropolis. Today, Nan Madol is regarded as one of the most fascinating and enigmatic archaeological sites in the world. Although the exact reason for its abandonment may never be fully understood, its legacy continues to captivate historians, archaeologists, and adventurers alike. The ruins of Nan Madol stand as a testament to the incredible skill and ingenuity of the ancient Pohnpeian people who built it, and its mysteries continue to inspire theories, debates, and even legends. The preservation of Nan Madol remains a significant challenge. Over the centuries, the ruins have been subjected to natural decay, environmental factors, and the relentless forces of erosion. The city's intricate system of canals, once used for transportation and irrigation, has been filled with sediment and overgrown with vegetation, making some areas difficult to access and study. Additionally, the massive basalt stones used to construct the buildings and seawalls have suffered from the wear and tear of the elements. Despite this, efforts to preserve and protect Nan Madol have been ongoing, with local governments, archaeologists, and conservationists working together to maintain the site and ensure its historical significance is not lost. Nan Madol has also become an important cultural symbol for the people of Pohnpei. The site is deeply woven into the island's folklore and traditions. For many, the ruins represent the power and spirituality of the ancient Sodalur dynasty, and the story of the city's rise and fall is passed down through generations. The legends of the city's creation and eventual destruction are still told by Pohnpeian elders, who view Nan Madol as both a physical and spiritual site of great significance. As such, the ruins hold a revered status among the islanders, and they continue to celebrate the rich cultural heritage that the site represents. In recent years, Nan Madol has also gained international attention. The site has been a subject of fascination for mystery enthusiasts, conspiracy theorists, and even those interested in the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement. Given the sheer scale of the city and the unique construction techniques used to build it, some have speculated that the Pohnpeians may have had help from advanced civilizations or extraterrestrial beings. The precision with which the massive basalt stones were cut and placed, as well as the site's location on a series of artificial islands, has fueled speculation that Nan Madol was built with knowledge and techniques far beyond what would have been available to the people of that time. This theory, though controversial, is part of the broader mystery that surrounds Nan Madol. Moreover, the story of Nan Madol has inspired a range of fictional works, including books, movies, and documentaries that explore the mystical and otherworldly aspects of the site. The mystery of the city's construction and abandonment has sparked a sense of wonder and intrigue, as people continue to ask whether the city was built solely by human hands or if there was something more behind its creation. For many, the idea that Nan Madol may hold secrets that are yet to be uncovered is part of the allure, and the site remains a place of deep fascination. In 2016, Nan Madol was added to the list of UNESCO's World Heritage Sites, recognizing its outstanding cultural and historical significance. This designation has brought increased awareness to the site and has attracted more researchers and tourists interested in learning about its past. The inclusion of Nan Madol on the World Heritage List also highlights the need for continued efforts to preserve the site and protect it from further environmental degradation and human interference. Despite the ongoing interest in Nan Madol, much of its history remains shrouded in mystery. Researchers continue to explore the site, using modern technologies such as LiDAR, light detection and ranging, to map the ruins in greater detail and uncover hidden structures. However, due to the sacred nature of the site and its significance to the local people, access to Nan Madol is limited, and permission to conduct archaeological work is carefully regulated. As we continue to study and explore the mysteries of Nan Madol, it's clear that this ancient city will remain an enduring enigma for generations to come. Whether the truth lies in the oral traditions passed down through the Pohnpeian people, the legends of lost civilizations, or the latest archaeological discoveries, Nan Madol stands as a monument to human ingenuity, spiritual belief, and the mysteries of the ancient world. This concludes the story of Nan Madol, the Venice of the Pacific, with its enduring mysteries. What do you think about the theories surrounding this ancient city?